Right, well, a brief break. I don't know where I am on the filming. I don't know whether this is a start of a video or a finish of a video or what, but at the end of the last bit I was videoing, I was saying I'm going to take the seat off and lift the tank. So what I've done is I've taken the seat off and lifted the tank. I did that before I went and had some lunch. So I'm going to fit the power lead for the heated grips, and I'm going to follow the main wiring. Comes out through along here. Hang on. That's a bit better. Held up and down Dewberry was a bit tight. So you've got the cable, main cables going along here, through in there, and obviously back to the battery. So I'm just going to follow those lines with my power lead. And try and make a half decent, neat job out of it. Which will make a change for what I normally do. Right, that'll do. Wind you up a bit. So it is just routing the final cables. I don't think this one. Oh, it's not, is it? It's the bloody control box. All plugs in. I thought I was looking at a little bit tight. It's not though. It's got all this extra cable. And it goes off. The bracket comes up from your brake Dewberry. Not your brake Dewberry, your clutch Dewberry. Well, it can come up from your brake Dewberry. It's up to you. A bit like that. Which I don't think is going to get in the way of anything. The angle. The angle of it is a bit too much. It's hitting the reservoir. So, closing off the window as well. I'm still not 100% with these reservoirs at this angle and fluid levels and stuff. If anyone's done the conversion, could they help me with that? I'm sure my previous booster had original reservoirs, but I don't know, it just seems, I don't know whether actually to lean the bike over so it straightens the reservoir, then top it up, do it up, and then have it like that, because it should seal, shouldn't it? So it should he says, be all right. and then there's a lot more fluid in there. That sound feasible? I don't know. Anyway, this has got to be straightened out a bit. Yeah, then they supply bolts with spacers on, so it brings it out, but it still needs straightening up a bit. Yeah, right, straighten that up. Okay, that's a better fitment. Got to take it back off, but it still leaves me room to get the lid of the reservoir off. But was just a test fit. For what? Oh, I've got to get the control panel on it. So this doobry here goes on there like that. I've done the sticker doobry, so that needs to come off. I need some. I'll tell you what, I'm getting more calamitous as I get older, if that's a word. And I've got to try and line the bolt holes up. I think that's somewhere near. That's on there tight enough. Now back on with the bolts with the spacers. And that's about that on there. Like that. And as I say, it leaves me enough room to get the cap off the reservoir as well. I could probably go a little bit more. Might be a bit greedy. Anyway, that's on there. Now it's another set of wires to feed back, and now follow the actual grip wire Let's get some cable ties. You're always in the way. Why do you do that? Did I mention I'm dropping stuff a lot more these days? So just follow these cables here, take it round with the rest of the wires around the although that one coming from there might need to be clipped up first. Like voila. Like voila. I'm going to route this and then bring you back and show you, because you are right in the way. I mean, I want to be here like this. See? See how in the way you are? Go away. Okay, I think that's good enough. Control box there, grip there, grip there. All the cables follow the actual loom. I've had to do some loopage. Just pulled it through the nose cone framework the same way as the main wiring goes, and then just looped it up to get rid of the excess, so the excess is here rather than in that area there. And then the power cables, as you saw before, all the way down following the main wiring up to the battery, and it all works. There you go, 100%. I'm not going to leave it on because the bike ain't running, but there you go. Let's grips fitted. So I think it's just a rebuild, and then, as I say, just questioning these reservoirs and the angles. Let's say, would it be bollocks to tilt it over, top them up a bit, screw the thing back on, and use the seal, to keep a fluid level in it or not, I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna make sure everything's cool. I think I've torqued up all the bolts that needed torquing up, and perhaps have a bit of a tidy up and a bit of tango. Just coincidental tango. Close, but no cigar. Anyway, that's enough waffle and piffle paffle. I'll have a tidy up and all the rest of it, and I'll come back to you, hopefully in the same video. That is as much as I'm filming. Seats back on, Dubry's down, still got the side to put on, fairing put on, and trim bits. But that's it. That's how it looks. That's how it's going to be. I will do a video with a test ride. I'm still a little bit concerned about them reservoirs. I'll do some googling and that and see if anyone else has. I did a bit of googling when I went in for my lunch, and I couldn't find anyone complaining that they'd lost brakes or clutch. But then if they've lost the brakes, they're probably dead. So yeah. But yeah, that's it. That's my Hayabusa with an ABM handlebar conversion, and the mirror scenario is pretty much sorted. I haven't cut the screen at all. It fits between there. The brake reservoir just touches it. You just see it flexing, and it just touches on the side of the electrics on full lock. But as you can see, probably with my gloves on, I'm going to lose ½ inch to an inch of movement there. Not sure. Not sure whether the mirrors are going to work. What I've done with the mirrors is I've swapped sides, so it's going up at a greater angle. Think it looks all right aesthetically. Try from the front. I think it goes okay. Steeper lines, obviously they were down about here. Now they're up here, which means, as I showed, you pretty much avoid them. Probably with glove armour on, you would just be touching them, but that's for testing. Got to get some bar ends that fit. The Oxford one's 13mm. Who does a 13mm internal diameter? I don't know. Not to say there isn't one out there, but it's a little bit painful, isn't it? These are 12mm. I'm sure Renfrew's are 12mm as well on the interior. So that's it. Just a side to go back on. I think what I am going to do is do the old trick of cable tying my clutch and brake in overnight and see if that releases any more bubbles, if there's any more in there. But that is my Hayabusa ABM handlebar conversion complete, as far as you're concerned. Obviously I've got to put the side back on and all the rest of it. But I'm not going to bore you with that. Yeah, not sure about the mirrors. Let me know what you think. The other thing is whether they'll actually, I mean, I can see, let me put my head where it might be when riding. I can see the edge of my handlebars. Right, I can see, where would I be? Somewhere here. I can see the top edge of my handlebars and the camera, which is right up against the tank, and the tail end, top of the exhaust and the rack. So there's scope for movement out and round and down and all the rest of it, so I'll report back with that. I can't see it being as good as the original position, but then the original position was for clip-ons as such, so you're lower down, so I'm higher up, so are the mirrors, so I'm hoping that'll work. But yeah, anyway, that's it from Fat Guy in a Shed. So I think I'll tie the levers back and do some more googling about the reservoirs and see if anyone's had troubles or indeed fitted other reservoirs to counteract this, what could be a problem, I don't know. And I'll put the side and everything on, but ultimately hopefully that's been entertaining for someone. I doubt if it's been educational. It's probably a how not to video, like putting the handlebars and the clamps and all the rest of it on without doing the stem nut up. That's sort of clever maneuver. Hopefully you've learned from my mistakes there. But yeah, anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching, thanks for being there, and subscribe if you want to see any more from me. It's not usually as interesting as this, I warn you now. But anyway, thanks for being there. Ta-ra.